some characteristics that all tattoo artists share?
Mental illness, maybe? Yeah. That's my final answer.
Oh my God, characteristics of tattoo artists.
I think we all have a problem with authority.
I was gonna say that we all like to work hard, but not all tattooers like to work hard.
They are not morning people.
I don't know, I feel like very like rebel energy.
We all want to work for ourselves. We all want to be free.
Are we all dropouts? Or is that a me thing?
I went to 1 year of college.
I didn't finish my freshman year of high school.
So we've all dropped out of something.
You know, back in the day, it was always like party, procrastination, showing up late, shit like that.
I feel like we like to party a lot.
Probably like an alcoholic.
I don't want to promote the use of drugs, but like...
I don't smoke anymore, but like 9 times out of 10, we drink, we smoke.
In my generation, it seems like a gold tooth because every tattooer I know that's been tattooing 10, 15 years has one.
We also have really big egos.
You know what's so funny is I feel like ego.
Massive egos.
Everyone has like a massive ego.
Everybody thinks that they're better than everybody else.
I feel they're definitely like controlling people. I bet you at everyone's house, they're the ones who decide what goes on the wall.
I meet a lot of artists who are just very pretentious and... Is that what you were asking? Yeah. Sorry, okay. Am I gonna get canceled for that? Okay.
We all want respect, but a lot of people don't know how to give it back. They want it, but they don't know how to give it. I've known that with a lot of tattooers. They cry like, oh, I want respect, but they can't be respectful to anyone.
And sometimes it's so low key, like the nerdiest, quietest person, but like if you get them comfortable, you realize like, this motherfucker thinks the world of themselves.
Because I think anyone who like is willing to like take money to permanently like scar someone, and, like they have to be like very confident in like a overconfident way.
There is an innate edginess to it and like a kind of confidence you have to be like, I can mark people's bodies for the rest of my life, like let's do it.
I think there is some sadistic part to it. Because I know some surgeons who became tattoo artists. Myself as a tattoo artist, I dream to be a surgeon. I still think maybe one day I'm gonna go to university and spend 8 years just to try how it is.
It's so funny because like ego by definition versus what people, like the connotation it has a negative connotation, but truly ego is just like confidence in your individuality. And I definitely think, let's say confidence, it's very important for an artist to have confidence because no matter what, if your portfolio is banging and you're in there like shaking about to start, anyone in their right mind is gonna be like, maybe today's not a good day, you know? But sometimes, you know, these charmers out here, they can just talk someone into the chair without even seeing their work, which, you know, that's not the best approach, but it works.
And also you kind of want that in an artist too, like as a client, because you want them to be like sure that they can do it, but it can also attract some like not so cool people too. But yeah, the ego for sure, everyone has it.
I don't like to think I have anything against some of these people.
I think being just intensely emotional.
Everybody talks shit about each other, but will act like your best friend later on to your face.
Crybabies.
Insecurity.
Ultra sensitive.
We're all insecure.
We have a cry area in the shop. So it's like we do laser tattoo removal, that room, but when it's not being used, that's the room you go cry. Like if you need to cry it out, go ahead, go in that room, just, you know, take a couple hours, cry.
There's always something there.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, a couple of hours. I told you, artists are emotional.
I feel like some hide it better than others. I used to hide it very well. Right now, not at all, but.
I don't know, they're either hot or cold all day, every day.
I guess we're very complicated people.
There's 2 types of tattoo artists. The ones that are always hot and the ones that are always cold.
Yeah.
And so when you have a shop, there's always a fight over the thermostat.
Oh my God, yes.
I thought you meant like there was tattooers that are like hot-headed and then there are tattooers that
well,
are,
that
like,
too.
Well, there are. So there's, yeah, so.
I definitely find that most tattooers generally share the same characteristic of being their own worst critic.
I think all tattoo artists tend to be very hypercritical of themselves more than other people, for sure.
You know, self-doubt, imposter syndrome, like it's, I mean, we're delicate people.
I think all artists in general are very, very like insecure people, and we all are craving some sort of validation.
We need reassurance all the time, I think.
You know, that comes with the territory of putting your artwork out into the world. You know, you have to, you know what I mean? You have to do that as an artist, but you better be prepared for the judgment, the criticisms.
Not being able to see like the quality of your work that everyone else sees because you're the one that's going to nitpick everything that you do, and I definitely find that to be the most common characteristic among all the artists that I've met.
When you're a tattoo artist, there's a lot of like hustle nature to it, you know? You gotta make it happen for yourself.
We want to, you know, come in whenever we want to and leave whenever we want to. And, you know, it's not like a 9-to-5 job where you're punching a clock, you know? Like that's what we, you know, signed up for, is to kind of have this freedom to like do what we want to do.
Like I used to work like a 9-to-5, and when the end of the day came around, it was like, let's go, I'm out of here. Like I'm done. And I didn't think about work at all. But I think when you're a tattoo artist, you're kind of always on, always thinking.
I don't know. I mean, that's a really hard thing to generalize because everybody's so different. And like I said before, it's changing all the time. You know, who's a tattoo artist is not what it used to be.
There's all kinds of tattoo artists now.
Back in the day, it was like dirty bikers and biker shops and drugs and just crime, and it was not a place for the nerdy art school kid, and now I love that the community is more like that. I was a nerdy art school kid.
Like now, tattoo shops are different. So like there's the tattoo artists that are vegans, and you have to be animal cruelty free for everything, and don't you dare come in with fur on. And then there's, you know, the guys that are still trying to hold on to old tattoo lifestyle. And they're like yelling stuff like, you know, snitches get stitches, and you know, bold will hold. And they eat a lot of meat. We're in between somewhere. We're old enough to know that generation, but I mean, yeah, we listen to emo music, and we have a fancy studio, and I'm gluten-free.
He made it way too fancy, and now we, you know.
So yeah, we don't fight, we don't ride motorcycles.
We don't order our own food either, so it's nice.
But we don't cry every day either.
No.
Yeah, maybe once a week.
I think there is actually one that I think a lot of us have in common. I'm not going to say every tattoo artist, but we are like junior therapists in training.
Yeah.
Like my entire job sometime when I tattoo people is them just like spilling their guts. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know, I'm putting you in pain, but like we don't have to relive bad memories. We can talk about good memories too. Like how old is your child? Like we're not going to talk about traumas because I don't like the trauma bond with people because I feel like that builds toxic relationships. So I always try to redirect the conversation, but some people you can't redirect that conversation with. They telling you their whole entire unedited life story, and I just be want to be like, ooh,
I
girl.
catch myself, the best, I catch myself talking to people about stuff that I like that they have no idea what the hell I'm talking about because I'm like 67 inside, but I'm 25, and my clients are all really young, so they're like, I just kind of want to talk about this bad thing that happened to me. I'm like, well, I just kind of want to talk about like Tina Marie, so.
Personally, from people I've met, like the most like blasted head to toe people are the kindest motherfuckers I've ever met, and it's like, they look unapproachable, they look really like tough, you know, but it's like, I feel like more often than not, like, they just have like hella trauma, and like, they've just gone through some shit, and they're always just like teddy bears for the most part from what I've experienced, and it's just like, I don't know, I think that that's definitely, there's like a drive to like, also, like kind of like claim your body in a way, I think, which could maybe relate to something within that. But yeah, I think that those are like two very common things I've experienced with tattoo artists. But
that's a tough one because I think it depends on the shop. I think it depends on the people you hang out with. If you surround yourself with good people, I feel like everyone will be likely to hold each other accountable and be responsible, and likewise irresponsible. But I would say for me and my coworkers, we all share a genuine passion just to make people happy. And I feel like a lot of tattoo artists share that. It's like a passion for their art and a passion to create for happiness. And as far as like bad habits, I don't know, maybe we talk too much during our tattoos. We annoy people next to us.
We're all kind of oddballs, kind of eccentric outcasts. Certainly a good variety, but none of us are quite normal.
By the way, can I swear? Yes. I can swear. Okay, cool.
I don't really have much of a filter for that, so.
There you go.